Gives to Anderson. Deneen's with him. Great end-to-end action. Kevin Deneen. Shooting. Score! The pass reaching McEwen. He'll take that big shot. And a save by Ring, and the rebound is loose. They score! Wayne Babbage got there in time. It's Stanley Cup time, and it's been a while in this town. He didn't get all of it, and it just bounced wide. Anton Stastny watched by Tippett. Anton shooting at a stick save by Liut. He stops the rebound, and Boulay fired the third try over the crossbar and into the... Price blocked the pass. Turgeon slipped through. He scores! Servan Turgeon at 2:36 of overtime has won it for the Whalers 3-2. 45 seconds left of the penalty, racing, and it's Tippett. Malarchuk is out. He scores! Anderson. Anderson shoots. He scores! Seconds. They'll count it down. With 1:17 to go. The extra man is Lemieux. The save by Liut on Robinson. The loose puck in front. And it's covered by Mike Liut. 2-on-1. Gainey shoots. Save by Liut. And he traps it underneath. Back by Deneen. Deneen charging in. Robertson got a late start. Deneen scores! Here's Lemieux, going to tee up that rolling puck. Cuts right around, he's alone, save by Weeks. And a rush against three Canadians. Evison to Dave Babbage, shooting, he scores! Dave Babbage beat Roy, glove side, 2:48 to go. We're tied at 1. Got a stick on it again, Lemieux. Checked by McDermott. They try to move it in front. Lemieux on the back end. He scores! The wondrous final 2 months of the 1985-86 season died a sudden death in Claude Lemieux's overtime goal April 29th. But the Whalers and 20,000 of their followers still celebrated. They not only reveled in a great season past, but also the arrival of a genuine contending Whaler team of the future.
go. Big game, guys. Come on, let's go get him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your Hartford Whalers.
Goes in the horn on 106 HCN. We just had a special request come in from old McDonald out on the farm. He wants to hear a song, In the Mood by the Chickens.
Ronnie, can we interrupt your show just a second here? We've caught up with Ron Francis doing one of his frequent radio appearances here in WHCN. Ronnie, as captain of the Whalers, would you say this is one of the big duties you're responsible for?
Well, you got to make sure the boys are happy in the locker room, and I know they always have the radio turned on to the station, so you got to try and play the music that they really like to hear, and this is one of their favorite songs. As
captain of the Whalers, and you kind of like to keep everybody informed about the Whalers, would you say these are kind of like Franklin Roosevelt's fireside chats, just keeping everybody informed as to what's going on with the Hartford Whalers?
Franklin Roosevelt? Wait a minute here.
We're getting really deep here.
We are getting deep. I don't have an answer to that one.
Ron Francis, of course, has been here the longest, and to me, he's an excellent all-around hockey player.
It's sent to Francis, shooting. He scores! Francis rockets it in and out of the net. Babbage keeps it in for Francis. The card overskates it, and he fires in front, and Anderson couldn't put it home. Francis scores! 2 seconds to go!
A great goal created by this line right here. They worked hard. John Anderson, I couldn't believe how he missed that rocket pass by Ronnie Francis, and Ronnie drove it over the right shoulder of Clint Millarchuk. Rick, I can see why they called it Whaler Mania last year. There's a lot of...
John Anderson is an explosive skater, as well as a type of a fellow that'll score you somewhere between 35 to 40 goals.
Try with Anderson. Anderson shoots, he scores! Deneen to Anderson. Saved by Goslin. No, he scores. Anderson with it. Kevin Deneen to Anderson. He scores! A power play goal has made it 3-0. Ferraro races in, drops it for Anderson. John Anderson on the backhand. He scores!
I think now that the team, though, in Hartford is starting to pick up, I think you're going to see more and more media coverage and more attention put on the team. So I think you're going to get that close eye, and I think the fans here are becoming more and more knowledgeable about the game.
Well, as an example of that, we're actually hoping you could help us come up with some of the dirt on the team. Is there anything maybe you can share with us?
Not if I want to stay in good standing with the rest of the team. I can imagine there is some flying around, but I'm not going to cast stones on glass houses.
Dave Babbage is a wheel horse on our hockey club. There's no defense in this league moves the puck better, particularly coming out of their own zone. He's got an excellent shot from the point. And I'd have to attribute Dave Babbage coming to Hartford as one of the reasons that we started to turn the club around.
This is my 7th year, and Wayne's 9th, I think, and you know, we had a taste of the playoffs last year, like a good taste of it, and there's nothing like it. You know, I'd do anything just to get one of those Stanley Cup rings on your finger, and it'd be kind of nice wearing it around. You know.
Wayne Babbage was one of the finest young players to break in the National Hockey League when we drafted him out of St. Louis. He's a big, strong player. He's got an excellent shot.
Everything is coming to play, so I think this year could be a good year to win it. You know, everything else is, you know, playing with Dave and the Stanley Cup would be just, you know, cherry on top of the cake type thing. And I think it's possible.
Dave Barr is an excellent two-way hockey player. What do we like about him? He can kill penalties. He can play on the defensive line. He can check, and he's got good size, which we wanted to add up front.
Last season, having a good, successful year in Hartford for maybe, I guess, probably the first time in the NHL, brought a lot of the guys together, and you could enjoy hockey a lot more. And it was a really good bunch of young guys, and all the guys want to win, so it was much the same feeling at St. Louis, so it was very easy for me to fit in here.
He's come on again this year, and I think he's going to be an excellent defenseman. He's got great mobility, moves the puck well, and you're to look at one particular asset that he has is his quickness.
I always hear about the Yukon Center. You know, I always get in touch with those children, and it's always in my mind. And every time I got a chance to go in there and to visiting the kids, and I always going.
Kevin Dineen is one of the finest competitors I've seen in the game of hockey. He plays with a great amount of intensity and is a real leader on our hockey club.
And all of a sudden, we're going to watch Ronnie Francis poke it right here. And Kevin hangs in there at the right of the net and bounces it right up Carrazzo's coconut.
Gordy's just, he's the greatest player that ever lived, and for a chance for me to grow up with him was a great experience. You know, I'll ask his advice the odd time about a few things, and, you know, that's always a helpful hand when, you know, you got somebody like Gordy around, and, you know, he's always willing to help.
Now with Dineen working on him. Messier can't get it by Dineen. He scores! Kevin Dineen right there to make it 3-0.
A great wrist shot by Kevin Dineen as he intercepted Mark Messier's pass.
Dean Evanson is a real character player. He does everything for you. He's an excellent checker, good face-off man.
Well, I think the secret for my success is my two wingers, because of the way that they can skate. And I always joke to them that that I'm the arms or the hands of the leg line, because you know, the two of them matched up. You know, we do skating drills, the three of us, and I can't keep up to them. It's you know, it makes me look like I'm going real slow, but you know, in another way, it makes me look like I'm going real fast because the whole line's really flying out there. So I think it's a credit for myself to have them two on my wing.
Ray Ferrer, again, is one of those people that he's always been a goal scorer. He was a goal scorer as a PUE, a midget, a junior. He scored goals in the American League, and as soon as he came into the National League, he began to score goals. He's one of our key people on the power play. He's got that short stick. He's got very quick hands, and he knows exactly what to do with the puck.
Nearly 4 minutes gone in the opening period. Here's Ferraro shooting.
For myself, I'd like to someday play on a Stanley Cup winner. I think that would be unbelievable. Jarvie was showing off his ring there. It's almost as big as he is, and I tell you, it's a beautiful ring, and I'd love to have one someday, and you know, hopefully we can get one here within who knows how long.
History of this season series, 2-goal leads haven't lasted long. Ferraro makes it a 3-goal lead. Linendorf's to Ferraro. He's in alone again. He scores!
Bill Gardner is a defensive type forward. At the same time, he's been able to score goals while with Chicago. Where his value comes in is that he can play center, he can play left wing.
In front to Gardner, the pass behind him. Burns fires, stick save, they score!
You think there's a future for you when playing hockey is over, that you might look toward broadcasting?
I really enjoy it. I think you see a little bit different aspect of the game because you have to analyze and keep watching little tidbits, you know, behind the play and that, just so you can comment on it. And I think it's a great career. I think you know, it may be short-lived at times because you never know, you know, your longevity, but it's a chance that I'd love to take somewhere along the line, and I really enjoyed it, and I think it keeps you in the game.
Stuart Gavin was a revelation coming to us. He's an excellent two-way hockey player, good penalty killer, and of course he found the goal-scoring touch when he joined us last year, and there's no reason why he shouldn't continue to do that.
I always felt I had the skills to be able to score a goal or score goals, and I think it's a lot of it was how much ice time you received and who you're playing with, and just the opportunities that you're given. For a while, it's on the power play, or at times on the power play a little bit, but you know, we played quite a bit as a line with Lawless and Everson, the three of us got on there a lot, and we created a lot of chances just with our speed. And again, if you take 10 shots on net, you know, 1 or 2 of them is going to go in just on the law averages. And I think just the amount of ice time we're getting in the chances, they just started to come in.
He's an excellent penalty killer, one of the best in the league. He's very good at face-offs, one of the best, if not the best in the league. Most important, he sets a great example for the young players on any team, and particularly our club. He's a real pro.
You've played more games consecutively than anyone in NHL history, and it's just an amazing streak. You're not the biggest guy out there. How do you do it?
Well, I just, you know, it's one of those intangible things. I feel I've been, you know, very, very fortunate, and you know, you just play them one at a time. You come to the rink and you play the game that night and prepare for it, and they've just added up over the years.
Scott Kleindorf is a quiet defenseman. He does an excellent job out there. He's got great size, very important to us in all situations, particularly when we're killing penalties, and very pleased the way Scott Kleindorf plays. As I said, he's a quiet, tough defenseman.
Saved by Liu. Peters dumped on the rebound try. Anton's try is blocked by Kleindorf. Samuelson sprawls.
You look at Paul Lawless, you look at his speed. He's got tremendous speed, one of the fastest skaters in the league. He's developing this year into a goal scorer. From the very outset, we said that somebody had to pick up the slack, particularly with the Turgeon gone, and Paul Lawless is definitely doing that.
Here's Lawless shooting, scores! Paul Lawless' second goal of the game. Here comes Lawless racing it against Barry. Takes him inside out, he scores! What a play by Lawless to put the Whalers back in front.
Looks like you got a ways to go before you get to dessert.
Oh, are you kidding me? You guys came at a bad time. You got me at lunchtime.
Wow.
I don't have dinner for a couple more hours.
I'd hate to see you at dinner time.
No.
I feel very fortunate that we were able to sign Dave Tippett as a free agent, and consider the fact that he's played out of position all the time he's been here. That's the type of player he is. He's strictly a team player. He'll play anywhere that you want.
We're with handyman Dave Tippett of the Hartford Whalers. Dave, what are you doing?
Working on a 32 Chev. That's kind of a project of mine right now.
Yeah? Is that something you like to do, work on cars a lot?
Well, I spend a lot of time outside working on cars and yard, and carpentry. It kind of, in a way, keeps my mind off the game sometimes. During the season, there's a lot of things that you get into other than hockey, to tell you the truth. It's kind of like your job 24 hours a day. Well, you know, Rick, everything's fine, except I got this neighbor. First he sends his kids, which I don't mind. I like kids. But when he starts coming over and borrowing things, boy, does it bother me.
What's he borrow?
Well, he's into rakes, tools. And the problem with it is I never get too many of them back. It's costing me a lot of money these days.
Hey, Justin, what are you doing? Are you over here helping Dave?
Not again.
Hey, Tipper, are you using your tractor right now?
Go ahead. Just
Okay,
return
thanks.
that, all right?
Well, yeah, 'cause I don't like it hanging around my garage, so I'll bring it back.
Sure, leave it around and clutter mine up.
Yeah. Justin, are you helping Dave? What do you got there? Oh, what is that? Some matches? You better give me some matches. You know, I don't mind my kids coming over here, but, you know, try and keep up the... You know you're not supposed to play with these matches, huh? You better put those back. Can you give those to Dave? You give those to Dave.
Thanks, buddy.
Let me tell you something, Rick. When you buy homes, there's a certain thing that you look for. I mean, school systems, a nice neighborhood, an area for your kids to play. I mean, those things are fine, but the most important thing is, does your next door neighbor, A, have the tools you need to borrow, and B, can he use some of the tools you don't know how to use? So when I heard this house was available, I said, I know that Tipper, he knows how to use all those tools. So I said, we'll take the house.
Liu, to me, is one of the top goalkeepers in the National Hockey League, and he's at his best when the stakes are the highest.
Mike, is it true that goalies have a screw loose?
They have a few tendencies and do weird things. Well, you know, I don't think so. I mean, you know, well, I think you have to look at the game. I mean, you have your option. You either have a small piece of rubber coming at you at 80 or 90 miles an hour, or you have a 200-pound man coming at you at 30 miles an hour. So I'm not so sure who has the screw loose.
Otto outmaneuvers Samuelson. Great stop by Liu. Sabres, though, an even strength. Sear alone in front, and a great save by Liut. Leads it in for Howard. Chuck looks for McLean. Save by Liut. Carbonell a steal. He's in alone. Save by Liut. Ferraro back checking alone. It's Lemieux. Save by Liut. Naslin to Smith. Save by Liut. And the Whalers have pulled it off. What a way to open a hockey season.
Paul McDermott is one of the hardest hitters in the league. When Paul's on his game, when he's playing like he has to play, it's like the bowling alley out there. The opposing players are the pins and he's the ball.
Kept wide nicely by Kleinendorst. McDermott piles into Carbonell. He goes down.
Mike McEwen's asset all along is the way he can accelerate, his speed and being able to either pass the puck out of his own zone or particularly to take it out himself. He's also a very good point in the power play and possesses one of the better shots of any defenseman in this league.
Here's McEwen from the point. Scores!
Mike Miller reminds me of a fellow I had for years with the New York Rangers, Camille Henry. He may not be the biggest guy in the world, but he's got the fastest pair of hands. He should be in one of those old westerns with a set of 6 shooters because he can put the puck in. He's got a smell for the net. He's a natural goal scorer.
Shooting save. Miller scored! Mike Miller's first National Hockey League goal has made it 2-0.
That was kind of, you know, what more could you ask for there? Like when I first got out there, I was in awe with all these guys. You know, you look up to them all the time. You know, Gretzky, you know, he's the best player in the world. And then your first game, you get, you know, thrown out there against those guys. You know, it was tough, but once you got out there, I felt, you know, pretty good, and you know, things kind of worked well. So.
Danny Merzon is one of the fine young upcoming defensemen in the National Hockey League. Not too often a defenseman can break in right out of junior hockey into the National Hockey League, which he did last year, and combined with Ulf Samuelsson, I think that they are 2 of the finest young defensemen in the league.
To come out with a totally different attitude. Last year it was one of self-doubt, and this year you come out and you know you can play and you know your teams can be a winner, and you just go into every game with that little bit more of an edge.
Yeah, we got a few guys that'll keep things interesting, you know, starting with Alfie, and you know, go around the locker room. Everybody on a team can keep you loose, and everybody, there's something about everybody where, you know, you get your digs and your jabs at, and I'm still looking for my shoe on the last road trip. Somebody stole it.
Last trip we went on, I got blamed for stealing Joel Quenneville's shoes, which I did not do, and the person that stole them left them on the airplane, so Joel lost his $90 shoes.
There we go. I got the. Thank you.
Tippett slips around Lou. Quenneville's with him. Maybe Tippett to Quenneville. Score!
A sensational goal by Joel Quenneville. Great play by Tippett.
Joe Quenneville was the first player I obtained in the deal when I came to Hartford, and of course he, to me, has been one of our most dependable defensemen in the league. He's logged a tremendous amount of ice time. His forte, of course, is killing penalties. He's out there in all crucial situations. A real dependable defenseman.
Do you have one wish in your hockey career that you'd like to see come true?
Yeah, I'd like to make the playoffs again, and maybe go on and win the Stanley Cup.
Tori, what are you doing?
Rehearsing.
Rehearsing? Is there anyone's face on the front of that bag in particular?
Rick Peckham. No, Jimmy Mann.
Jimmy Mann, huh? Boy, that brings back memories. Bet you're glad he's out of the league.
Well, no. I owed him a bite, so I was, you know, going to get him back, I think.
Ooh, Torrey with a left. Jimmy Mann having trouble getting started here, and Robertson, just the way he likes him, right in tight.
Looks like he bit him or something. It looks like he got teeth marks to get him a tetanus shot.
The time you spend in the penalty box, I mean, 358 minutes last year, over 1,100 I guess almost 1,200 in the National Hockey League in your career. How do you kill time in the box? You're there a lot.
Well, there's a guy for the commercials that works the red light. Him and I are friends, so I always go in there and talk to him all the time about what's going on.
Torrey Robertson is a must to have on your hockey club. He's got more guts than a slaughterhouse.
To Robertson alone. Scores! Whalers lead 3-2.
Great work by Davey.
You know, the Civic Center's a lonely place between Whaler games. Most of the players are home, everybody except Doug Jarvis. And wait a minute, here's Ulf Samuelsson. Ulfie, what are you doing here with all your friends?
Well, they got some kind of ice dance going on right now, and that's probably the best show they had here for years now.
There's a rumor going around that maybe you'd like to try some basketball. What's the background on that?
Well, you never know. It's a tough business, this hockey business. They can send you all over, you know, Canada, United States. They can even send you back to Sweden. So, you know, you got to be prepared for, you know, second job there if anything happens, you know. But I'm getting better, you know.
Now, you seem to have adjusted well to life over here. You're playing good hockey. You've made a TV commercial. Anything else on the horizon for you?
Well, I was going in a little bit in the modeling later on this year, so we'll see how that turns out. I'm, you know, trying to export Swedish underwear, so I'll see how that works out.
Are those bikini underwear or is this long underwear?
Those are bikini underwears.
Ulf Samuelsson, looking at him, he's full of enthusiasm. He's got a tremendous amount of ability. He loves to play the game, plays aggressively, and I think offensively he's improving all along. Could be an all-star.
Is there one thing that, one wish you have for your hockey career that you'd like to fulfill?
Well, I've seen Doug Jarvis showing off his ring quite a bit lately in the dressing room. You know, he shows the ring to everybody. So I guess that's the moment I'm looking forward to now, to put one of those rings up.
Turgeon is a natural goal scorer. I mean, he is an exciting hockey player, and a healthy Sylvian Turgeon is a very important asset to this hockey club.
Ray fires across to Quenneville, who's in for the blue line in front to Turgeon. He scores! Bounces it in for Turgeon. Sylvain Turgeon, his first goal of the year. Quickly Wayne Babbage, robbed by Brodeur. Turgeon scores! He pried it free. Turgeon scores right off the pass from Quenneville. Ludwig back. Turgeon shooting, scores! Sylvain Turgeon, his 36th goal to tie the game.
He's come in with us and come up with some big games. When I first came here, all we had was Greg Millen, and then following that, it would have been me if we'd have got in trouble. But fortunately, I didn't want to play again, so I went and got a Steve Weeks.
And Mike Liut is coming to the bench. He is not feeling well. Steve Weeks getting the gear on here.
That was a really big thrill. That's probably the biggest thrill of my career. You know, everything that you want to do is directed at winning the Stanley Cup, and you know, to be in the playoffs and get an opportunity to play like that, that's the biggest thrill.
Darlene lets that wrist shot go. Pad save by Weeks. He holds off Smith.
Now the shot's even. They've held Montreal to only 5 shots.
Weeks a big pad save there on Chris Nyland on the long shot. Darlene lets it go. Save by Weeks. And he corrals that rebound before Smith arrives.
I've known Jack Evans for a long time, and as far as I'm concerned, Jack Evans is one of the best coaches in the National Hockey League. And the reason he's the best, number one, his teams are always in shape. Number two, they are strong fundamentally. Number three, he respects the players, and the players respect him. And four, the important part of it, of course, is that he is steady. Win, lose, or draw, Jack Evans doesn't change. I've gone through 3 phases of building with a hockey club. The first was with the New York Rangers, and we had to build that team, and then the next one was St. Louis Blues, and now the Hartford Whalers. But I derive more satisfaction out of this one than the other 2, simply because I think that the people here deserve something such as this. It's a type of a community that's a great place to live. The support has been very good, and basically the owners, I think, deserve it, the fans, and it's a real, I think, pleasure working with the people that you have to hear. And that's what makes it so satisfying, but we won't be satisfied, of course, until we get the Holy Grail, and that's the Stanley Cup. That's what it's all about.
The basic philosophy of our organization is that we have a responsibility that goes beyond just playing hockey games. We all make our living in this community. We're very blessed with a certain skill that enables us to generate high income as individuals and as a business. Therefore, I think that it's part of our obligation to give a lot of that back. And part of giving it back is doing what we do for charities and Yukon Med Center, Children's Cancer Fund, the Tip of Whaler thing, the golf tournaments, the softball tournaments, all of that we do. We're glad to do it. I don't know, you can't say we get a direct dollar return. We don't do it for that. It's just part of our civic responsibility.
If you had one wish in your hockey career, Ron, that you'd like to see come true before it comes to an abrupt end after this interview, what would it be?
Probably let you sit over here and just grill you.
No chance of that.
No, probably bringing the Stanley Cup to Hartford. That'd be a great thrill.
Ron, thanks for taking the time in your busy radio schedule here. We'll let you get back to work.
Thanks, Rick. I gotta play another song that came in from the forest. This is the Nutty Squirrels.
Seconds, they'll count it down.
Wow, what a game we played tonight. I tell you, we're flying out there. And Mike Miller on the right-hand side of the power play, looking pretty good. We worked real well together, I'll tell you. Geez, I'm looking pretty good tonight. Hey, where'd the lights go? Who turned the lights out? What's going on here? Don't lock me in here. Is this thing over?
The thing that I've experienced, get out of the way, you big goof. Sit down.
All of a sudden.
Sit down. You know, as soon as you stand up there. Okay, lie down, Ferg. Lie down. You lie down. Trained to myself. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down.
Let's see Montreal, different ending.
As the new year started, it seems like we've known each other for a long time because we've been through so much, through so much, and through such exciting times, you know. I can't win. I got a kid who wants to get in the camera. I got a dog. Okay.
They conspired to say, this is Daddy's night. We're going to ruin it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's go!
I shouldn't have laughed.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we need one serious one now.
2, 3.